Canada's. From energy to regulation and trade to taxes, Canada is making the right moves. The results almost speak for themselves: increased growth and a stable federal budget.
Canada has the distinction of being today the only G7 country to have recouped virtually all of its output and employment losses from the recent global recession.
And I think we have a lot of things that we can learn from the way Canada has approached this. Is it all perfect? Is it going to be the same thing in Canada happen here? No, we're different countries. But we can see what the changes in tax policy and regulatory policy, way that the federal government and the provincial governments have worked together, and how that has actually afforded the industry the opportunity to accelerate the development of these strategic resources for the benefit of the Canadian community.
When I look across our northern border, I see a country open for business. I see a dynamic Canada. So it seems logical to me that with the U.S. economy, the sluggish U.S. economy slowing down dramatically, now is the time to solidify, to grow, to enhance, to protect our $681 billion trade relationship with Canada, a relationship that supports more than 8 million jobs on this side of the border.
The country really wants to develop a resource and sees that as a national asset and a strategic advantage. The policy framework and the fiscal environment will follow.
What's happening north of us has the potential to not only change the prize relationship that our two nations have had from the beginning, but how this hemisphere does business around the world.
It's not unknown for Canadians when they're outside the country to brag about their country, maybe the beauty of Lake Louise, but very few of them brag about what we've done on taxation, and I'm, I guess, one of the very few who will say we should be bragging about what we've been able to do in terms of creating a very internationally competitive tax system.
Canada is the single largest market for U.S. exports, more than $300 billion last year. Trade with Canada supports 8 million U.S. jobs, and there's more than $1 million in goods and services going across the border.
The first key to Canada's economic growth moving forward is an American recovery. We aren't really trading partners. We're co-workers, producing more and more things on supply chains across the border, whether it's oil sands oil that's produced and upgraded and then refined in the United States, or cars that move back and forth across the border multiple times before the finished car is ready for a consumer in either country. We really do build things together.
You know, the world does not stop. Ideas have consequences. Things change over time, and there is a lot that we can learn from Canada.
Canada is the U.S.'s best friend, whether the Americans know it or not. And if I have a message today, it's very simple, that by working together as two partners, the partners in the world's most important trading relationship, $1 million of business a minute, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Two countries which share a history, that share a set of values that are so very similar, that share ties of blood, ties of commerce and friendship. The opportunities that we have if we work together are simply unlimited.
At the end of the day, it's not just, we have a lot of opportunities to win, the Canadians do, working together it's even more, but even more important than that, I think it's important for the world that we do this and get this right, because there's a lot of people out there waiting for us to become successful and help drive the world economy forward.
I believe this is North America's time, not Canada's time, not the U.S. time. This is North America's time to shine. We can do it, but we've got to do it together, and we've got to do it now. We've got to streamline our border. We've got to continue to reduce red tape. We've got to compete for that trade opportunities that are out there, and we need to grow our way to success. And if we do that and we do it well, we will achieve wonderful things for our kids, for our grandkids, and they will have the opportunities that are not only the same as ours, but beyond what we have ever dreamt of having.